detailed. So on every problem tonight, we're going to need 2 critical points, right? These ones, exponentials, are a little weirder. One critical point is fine as long as you also do the asymptote. So I want to talk about that, how to get 100% on a test, Colton, on this problem. Let me show you what I'm looking for. Are you ready? So number 1, I'm going to ask to see the parent graph. Now, most of you have on your table pencils in your little basket if you want to use a colored pencil. So here's what the home graph looks like. I draw the asymptote in red because I think of it as lava. Do you have to draw it in red? No. But if you put it, you don't have to put another point. And that's why I put it, right? It's right here. There he is. Now I know I've got a point right here. And he goes like this. That is the parent graph. That's all I've done. Now to do the actual thing and to get 100% on it, here's what I got to do. I got to do some shifting and I got to write some stuff down. So have I done the parent graph? I have. The new thing I'm going to do is the new critical point. So I am going to start here and I'm going to shift him. I am going to shift him 3 this way and 4 up. So go ahead on your paper or on your whiteboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, wrong way. 1, 2, 3. Write that down, that critical point. This is pre-calculus. No one should get this wrong. It's unordered pair. You would be amazed at how many people I feel like you can't graph a point, and it frightens me. Guess what? So here we're going to have -3, but not 4. It's 5 because it's 1 off that lava line. So -3, 5. Now tonight you're going to have to give me 2 critical points on all the other types of graphs, but not this one because instead I would like the lava line. So what I'm going to do is shift this lava. And you know what it does? It's always this guy right here. It's always the 4. So here he goes. Well, I'm going to shift him to there. Oh, look, there's my little thing right there. That's so funny. So that's what he is. Oh, I need this guy over here. There he is. So can I just put him? No, I have to actually write him down. And here's what's tempting. Y'all want to just write 4. But 4 is just a random weird number. What I have to write is this, y equals 4. Because that's the equation of the asymptote. It's just y equals. It's really easy, but that's what you need. So now I'm ready to draw him in. I got my lava line. I got my point. He looks like this. Close enough. Please, for me, do the domain and range. And here's a quick hint on the range. Don't touch lava. Don't touch lava. Imagine you're in Hawaii. The lava's not on the ground anymore. It's come up to the 4th floor, right? So you can go down the stairs to the 4th floor, but do not touch the 4th floor. Your foot would burn off. All real numbers for my domain. And my range, I'm going to get almost to 4, but then I can go all the way up to 3. Everyone feeling it? That is from literally Wednesday, and hopefully you practice some of that on Thursday. Yes? Good question. It is soft because I can get damn close to the 4, but I can't touch it. Asymptote's really, once you touch it, it becomes undefined. So think of it as lava. You can get within a fraction of lava, but if you touch lava, okay, good question. Okay, here we go. Big deep breath in. Oh, we're starting new stuff. We're going to start messing with stuff out front. And I'll be honest, that's called dilating and reflecting, and they're harder tonight. So here we go, our first one. It is one of my favorites. So here he is. Write this problem down somewhere. You can write it on your whiteboard thing if you want to do it there. You can write it on your paper. We're going to try 2 of these. I'm going to do one with you, and then you're going to do one on your own. Okay, so here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to start off by doing just the parent function and stopping. Just do this, nothing else. Don't worry about the negative. Don't worry about the +4 minus +3. Just do the parent function. It's because we're stepping up our game mathematically. We have to be more precise in the order in which we do these, right? Because now what order we move things around actually matters. So let's start by getting that lava line in there. This is the home base. There we go. We got a point right here. That's our parent function. Boom. Now, you're going to probably need to do a little erasing at some point because we're going to get rid of that parent function in a minute. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to do the order of operations. We're not going to mess with the plussing and the minusing. We're going to have to do this multiplying and dividing first. So here's what I need you to do, and this is going to be tricky. I need you to reflect him over the x-axis. Or what? Yeah, the x-axis. Here's what I want you to imagine. This is a lava floor. I want you to flip it so it becomes a lava ceiling. So flip this parent function over first, right? So it's not going to go like this, right? It's not going to go like this because then I would hit lava. That is not going to work. So I need to flip him like that. Does that make sense? Flip him over. So the lava floor is now your lava ceiling. I'm going to show you what I did. So now this guy is down here, and he looks like that. How did you do? Is everybody okay? So do me a favor. Erase the parent graph because it's going to get too confusing otherwise. Erase this. This is the guy we're going to move around, right? Because we've taken care of this. That's done. Check mark. That's done. Now we're going to deal with this stuff. Are you ready? So put your pencil dot right here. Shift it 3 to the left and 4 up. Do that now. I think it's so funny. I'm watching Chris do it, but he keeps moving his paper around in different ways. So I'm trying to think, like, yeah. Like I'm all, because it's really like it was this, right? And I'm like, so for me, I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, how did you do? Colton, you got it? What's your new critical point? So let's do it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? Are we cool? Write that down. Write that point down. Write it right here. Right? -3, comma 4. No, comma 3. Right? -3, comma 3. Now here's what's cool. This is still the lava line. It's just a lava ceiling now. That doesn't change. So grab your lava line and just shift it to 4. And it's now your new lava ceiling. It's your new lava ceiling. Does that make sense? So y equals 4. That's still that guy. Draw him in. Draw him in. Here he goes. Pew. Okay. With your neighbors, this one's tricky. Can you do the domain and range? Ooh, this one's the domain is easy. Side to side, we're good. We're good. Side to side, we're good. Your range is going to be a little tricky. Talk to your neighbors. See if you can work it out. I'm going to tell you it's this, but I'm going to remind you, start from the bottom. I saw that happening. and go to the top. I feel like I'm back in picture. That was better. You know, it's been a whole 7 months I've had this. That was the first video. You know, but it was super slow-mo. I gotta be honest. I want to die. Like, you go, one time I saw a kid in the back of the class. You know those big, like, they're not solo cups, but they're harder plastic, but they're the shape of a solo cup. He put it around his face. He was in the back, and he sucked, and so it stuck to his face. But then he panicked, like he didn't know what to do, like it was stuck to his face, and I could see his eyes, and I saw him like panicking, like trying to yank it off, and I finally, like, I was laughing, like no one else could see it, and I was like, slide your finger, and it popped right off, but his face was all red. But, yes, I see many funny things. Are we ready? Here we go. Negative infinity. All the way up to the lava ceiling. Don't touch the lava ceiling. That's weird. Don't touch it. There you go. You guys ready to try one of these on your own? Maybe you put this one on paper if you haven't, so you could go back and look at it. Give this one a try. Let me make a new one up. Are you ready? Let me get rid of all this. Let me get rid of this. Goodbye, you. We don't want to use you. And here we go. Try this one. F of x equals -2. I'm always going to use 2 on these ones. X minus 2 minus, let's do +5. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Here we go. No, give it to here's the difference. And I will, and here's what we could do. We're not going to do it, but AP pre-calcs like this, like this. And you're going to be like, oh, this is what I want to take it. I'm going to show you. So we're going to do this. We have x 5 times. You see what I'm saying? That changes. How are we doing? I'm walking around. I'm checking everybody all the way through. You guys got this. Get your critical point. Get your asymptote. Write it on there. Get your prevailing rate. I don't know if you guys are really that much smarter or if I just suck and I get better during the day. But this class always is like so much stronger than I do. But I think it's me. Like I think I really suck zero period. And by the night, like not that I'm good, I just am really bad zero period.
You have first year, right?
You like me?
Yeah,
What about the Solodowski?
Huh?
Solodowski.
He wasn't here.
Yeah, he wasn't at morning practice.
Do I like Monica? Did you ask if I like playing zero period? Yeah, I like them a lot. They're really fun. But I think I'm a savvy teacher too. But I think every year I teach zero period. Like I just, as I do it all during the day, I just get better at doing it. Are you guys ready? Shelby, you ready? Here we go. So, Najid is my TA. So, we're starting here. I'm putting in some lava. Woo! I'm getting my parent function. Woo! I am flipping my parent function. Woo! I personally am erasing the original one because I get too confused. It's too much. Okay. And to be honest on a test, if you just showed me this, I would be okay. But if I have too much on there, I get confused. Time to start shifting. So you know what you can do if you want. You could shift that lava line right away. I like doing that guy first because that tells me I better not touch it. And it better say a lava ceiling, right? A lava ceiling. So here I go. I'm going to move him. I am going to move him 2 that way and 5 up. So here he goes. 1, 2, no, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and he looks something like that. Woohoo! Okay, so here's what would get you 100% on the test is if you gave me that point as 2, 4, and you gave me my asymptote as x equals 5. Domain, all real numbers, range, negative infinity to lava. How'd you do? You okay? Okay. So far, so good. We got one more thing to do today, and then we're going to practice it a couple times. It's going to get a little dicey. I got you guys. So we added the negative on this guy. On the exponentials, guys, on the exponentials, that's all we're ever going to do because these are very confusing. So I'm not going to put, I was talking with Caroline, you can actually go like this, 3 times 2, and do even crazier stuff. We're not doing that in this class. I leave that for college pre-calc. But we are going to be messing with this guy tonight. Okay? We are doing what's called vertical dilations. Those are the stretches and compressions. And I did lie to you a tiny bit. On Wednesday, I said, don't worry, you don't have to plug in numbers. And you don't really, because I'm going to show you a little hack. But here's what. We're going to need 2 points. We need the critical point and a helping point, and that's the new thing for tonight. So here's what I want everyone to start with. I would like you to graph the parent graph for this. What is it? X squared. Look on your notes. What is x squared? It's a parabola. It's a parabola from Wednesday. Ruth, come on, baby. You got this bad boy? Does it look like this? Okay, I need everyone quiet, but this next part is tricky. Okay, here's what. Now, if we were going to flip this guy, we would do that next. We'd flip him upside down, and we'd shift him around. And we can do that now. We know how to do that. But when there's a number in front, it's going to get a little bit tricky. So the first thing we're going to do, let's shift him around, right? Let's go ahead and shift him around. We can do that. So take this point right now, please, this point right here, and shift it around. Shift it to this way, for this way. You guys can do that, right? Nice and easy, nothing scary. 2 this way, 1, 2, 4 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it's going to be a forward-facing U, but it's going to be super, super skinny. So I can't fake it. I need one more real point, a real point. So here's my first critical point. I'm going to make it -2, -2, 4. Look at this. I just take it from here. Right, nice and easy. -2, -4. But I need an extra point. Now I'm going to tell you the real way to do it, and then I'm going to tell you the cheaty way to do it. But I need you to understand the shortcut is a cheat, and it only works a little bit. So the real way to do it is to plug in another number to get a helping point, right? You can plug in any number you want, but you're not idiots. You're not going to plug in a number over here because it's going to come off your graph. So here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you to plug in either -1 or -3. Here's why. Because it's close to this guy. Does that make sense? So right now with your neighbors on your whiteboard desk, I would like you to do this. I would like you to either plug in -1 right there or to plug in -3. I don't care which one you pick. Do it together. Get an answer out. Some of you are going to plug in -1 and get an answer. Some of you are going to plug in -3 and get an answer. I don't care which you chose. Do the order of operations correctly. Do not go 1 times 3 squared. Do 1 squared or -1 squared times 3. Do it the correct order. So here I go. I am going to plug in -1 and then I'm going to plug in -3 just to show you either way. So I'm going to go 3, -1 plus 2 squared minus 4. Have I lost anybody? 3, 1 squared minus 4. Still good. 3 times 1, which is 3. Take away 4, which is -1. So you could have gotten that, and that's awesome. I'm going to put that point here. Boom. Watch what happens if I had plugged in -3. Are you guys ready? Here's what I get. -3 plus 2. 3 times -1 squared minus 4. -1 times -1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3 minus 4. Look at that. It's -1 again. Now, I don't need you to do both. I needed you to do one of those. And here is our graph. But what some of you are going to say to me is, hey, Mrs. Tarantino, that seems a lot like a slope. Because watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up 3 over 1. You guys see that? You see what I did? What did I do?
You plugged it in, and that's not the slope.
But here's what. I know. The slope works. That slope way works one time. It will not work the second time. It stops working. Can you guys use it one time to get it? That second point? Yes. But if you think I can just keep doing up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, it will end up looking like that. And that is wrong. So is it okay to do one time? Yes. As long as you realize you got a little bit of a cheat, now make it into a U. Does that make sense? So am I okay with you doing the little cheat? One time. You're allowed to do it for 1 point. Does that make sense? But don't do it over and over again because it won't work. Our domain on this guy is all real numbers. Our range, here he is going to be hard stop at -4 all the way to infinity. Okay, I'm going to have you guys try one yourselves. Are you ready? Oh, this one's going to be, oh, you know what? I'm going to wait a second. We'll do it in a minute. How about this one? You got this one. You got it. We can do this. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Here are your steps. Step 1, put in your parent graph. Step 2, shift it around. Step 3, use the little cheat hack to get your next point and then draw the right shape. It's a shooting star. And guess what? You need to memorize those 5 graphs, right? The V, the U, the lightning bolt, the shooting star, the lazy jet. I'm going to do this one with you. Let's see if we got it. You got questions? So here's, let's talk about it. So the first one's going to go like, that's my parent graph. Are you cool with that? Right? How do I know that? I've memorized it because I'm a weirdo and I've memorized it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm now going to shift him. I'm going to shift him 2 toward Ruth and 4 down. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to shift him 1, 2, and 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you guys cool with that? Now, normally, I would just go ahead and I'd go up 1 over 1 and go like that, and I'd be done, and I'd be like, yay, I'm done. If that wasn't there, that's what I would do. But because it's got the 3, what am I going to do instead? Up 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Can I keep doing that forever? No, because that would make a line. It's a shooting star. It starts bending over.
Does it ever go across the?
It may, it does, but I want to sketch, so I'm okay with that. Does that make sense? You could, I think it actually is going to look more like this, to be honest. But here's what. You're taking that PSAT, they're going to say, which of these is the graph? You're going to be able to get a damn good idea by just eyeballing it. Does that make sense? That's right, because now you're going to be able to say, hey, it moved over, it looked like this, I can pick the graph out, right? Or they could give you this graph and feel like, which equation is it? And you're going to be like, oh, that's my vertex, this dude, and look, it's shooting star, it's square root. I don't know, you should ask. Hey, oh, I have interesting news, but I'll tell you some other time. It's not that interesting. Here we go. So let's do our critical point. Danny, what's our critical point? What's our shooting star comet body? You got it. What is our helping point? It's right here. 3, -1. Our domain, I'm going to give you a hint on these guys. Here's what it looks like. Do your domain and range. Do your domain and range. So our domain on this one looks like it's going to be from, let's see, 2 to infinity and -4 to infinity. Okay, ooh, here we go. I'm very excited about the next one. Oh, okay, we're changing this. This is hard. This one is hard. Give this one a try. This bad boy's hard. It is a 3, yes. And you know what? That's the lightning bolt one. That is the lightning bolt one. That's so weird that it's blocked here, but it's not. This is the lightning bolt. Draw your regular one, shift it, and then get your next point. Your next point's going to be over. It's going to make this thing get really stretchy. Are you asking me something, Colton, or are you just weirdly waving your arms around?
You just stretch it like that.
Here we go. Here's this guy. 1, 1. Oh my God, all the way up here. 1, 1, all the way down here. He looks like this. He's the Harry Potter one. He looks like a little lightning bolt. Everybody good? That is my critical point. Let's shift him around. Are you guys ready? Put my dot right here. I'm going to shift him 2 this way, 1 up. So 2, oops. Come back. There we go. 1, 2, 1. Okay, I need 1 more helping point. I'm going to cheat it. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. So guess what? As a Harry Potter thing, he's going to go really skinny and really skinny. He's hard to see that he's super skinny. Yes. That 3 gave me this point. Does that make sense? And this 3 gave me the shape of a lightning bolt. Yeah, because now we start doing these. No, we start shifting them instead of over the x-axis, over the y-axis. So it's kind of crazy. So here's what you do. Sometimes, so we'll have a problem. One of my favorite problems is going to look like this. So you shift it, and then so you flip it upside down, and then side to side. So normally, you know what I mean? So it would go flip, flip, flip. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Okay, how'd you do? Here's our critical point. Critical point, -2, 1. Helping point is going to be -1, 4, or you could go down, right? 1, 2, 3. You could go to this guy. That would be okay too. Like to do him. So you could do that guy. Our domain, all real numbers. Range, all real numbers. Okay, you guys have been so patient. I have one last one. It's going to make you cry a little bit. I'm kind of excited about it. Are you ready? Here it is. I've got this. You got this. We are done. I am impressed with you. Let me get a graph up here. La, la, la. Come here, graph. Come up here. There he is. Okay, here it is. I'm going to walk around, see if you can do it. Oh, not F. Let's do this. F of X. Oh, we got it. We got it. We could do this. Oh, let's see how brave we can get. Let's do this. Let's be -2. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is everything. You're going to graph it. You're going to flip it. You're going to move it. You're going to stretch it. One more time. You're going to graph the parent one. You're going to flip it. You're going to shift it around, and then you're going to stretch it out. If you got this, you got this. This is tough. Colton, do this problem. Danny, I need you to be able to walk all the way through this, yeah? Nice, 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 nice. They're on fire over there. I think. Unless you're in the, unless you shift your arm. I've done it all.
Is this right?
Oh my God.
Let me see this one.
What do you want?
This one.
This is okay. And those other ones look like a light.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, you
That's
flipped
what
it.
I.
So what do you want to do? You want to do, if it's out like that, just come in. Yep, come in.
No, I kind of. Not come in, go straight, and then.
Yeah, it's rest flat. Rest flat. Okay, are we ready? How did you do? Here we go. I'm very excited. Okay, step 1 for me. Here's the regular one. He looks like this. Here's the flip version, right? Boom. There's my flip. I get rid of the regular one because I'm going to get too confused. Yay. Are we okay? Step 2, shift it around. So here I go. I'm going to make a nice black dot there. I'm going to shift it 2 to the right and 3 up. So 1, oh, I hate when that happens. 1, that's not right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm looking pretty good. Now, here's the only thing you got to be careful of. He's a downward shooting star. So when I do my slope, I'm going to go down, right? So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1, right? Because he's going like this, right? So don't make him go up. You've already flipped him upside down. Does that make sense? Look, no math, no nothing. Here's my critical point. My CP is going to be at 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. My helping point is at 0, comma, no, 1, 2, 3, comma 0. My domain, domain is tricky. It's going to be everything 2 over, and my range is going to be a hard bracket, and it's going to be down, oh no, soft bracket, negative infinity, all the way to 3. That's hard. That's hard. Anyone get all the way through that? Yeah? A couple of you? Domain and range, are you okay? So here's what I want to tell you. Lots of people in first and A period didn't finish the stuff from the sub. So here's what I'm going to give you as opportunities. On Monday, I'm going to look for the pink assignment, and I'm going to look for tonight's assignment. But here's also what I'm telling you. So when I was a teacher when my kids were in high school, right? I had my own daughter as a student. And here's what she told me. She said, Mom, don't ever assign more than 15 problems. We're going to look at the back of the book. And my son said, really, Mom, anything over 10 problems, we're just copying. I'm like, great. So I make short assignments. But the key is, it's the very minimum until you get enough practice with it. You have 6 problems to do tonight. That's it. But if you don't do at least those 6, you will never be okay at this stuff, right? This stuff is weird. You've got to memorize how these babies move around. You got to memorize the shapes, right? You got to be like I am, where it's like shooting star, the lightning bolt, U, V, lazy J. Like you have to memorize that. And if you're like not barely doing these, you're not going to get to that point. Our quiz is on Wednesday. If you're a junior and you won't be here Wednesday, it will be, you can NA this quiz. It will be multiple choice. I'll put up graphs, and you're going to have to know which equation it goes with. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm stopping here. Goodbye, COVID friends. I don't even